toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hip hard legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Sean Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
Thanks for tuning in, sports fans only. C. Anthony back with another video. On deck, coming from Boxing 24, Errol Spence Jr. states that Manny Pacquiao will be passing him the torch. He feels like he couldn't get the fight with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather didn't want to fight him, didn't want to pass that torch. So he claims he will be taking it from Manny Pacquiao. We'll see how that's going to go. And as far as Manny Pacquiao, I have to say right now, Manny Pacquiao is looking great. Errol Spence agrees. Also, he says that Manny Pacquiao is one of those guys who he's going to clamp down, he's going to come to fight, he's going to come swing a bunch of punches, and he's going to grit it out no matter how the fight goes, whether it's if he's winning or losing. He expects Manny to always be aggressive, clamp down, come out and give his best. He also said that Manny Pacquiao is the kind of guy that you can't just beat, but you have to like really beat him into submission. And once you realize he can't beat your style, that's really the way that you beat Manny Pacquiao. We're going to have to see how that plays out. Also, he's talking about his game plan. He says he has plan A, plan B, and plan C. But it's very interesting. He said that he's only focusing on plan A. He's not worrying about plan B and C. And he says if plan A doesn't work, it's going to be an all-out war. He's going to take it to Manny Pacquiao the best way he knows how. He says he don't want to be distracted by B and C. It's plan A or all in for all-out war with Manny Pacquiao, which is going to be real good. I think we are maybe like 22, 23 days away from that big fight. Also, he listened to some Blu-ray. Blu-ray said that him and Errol both agreed that the power is not where it needs to be. And that's why Blu-ray came back into the camp. He has He had the last 3 fights. He didn't have a knockout. And Blu-ray said that the goal in this camp was to get a lot more stronger, a lot more stamina from pre-card accident Errol. And they're also working on the one-punch KO power, which I think is great because Errol, he usually wears you down over the rounds with consistent pressure, a lot of punches, slowly beating you down, make you submit that way, normally take you out in the middle rounds to the late rounds. But I would have to agree with Blu-ray that he doesn't have the one-punch knockout power that he may need versus Manny Pacquiao. So this is the first camp. Blu-ray said that they actually putting weights. They're actually focusing on lifting weights, getting stronger that way. Errol right now, he looks phenomenal, looks real chiseled. My thoughts on the fight right now is where I stand is Manny Pacquiao, he's in training, and right now he's preparing to do the Margarito on Spence. Freddie Roach said that Manny Pacquiao is going to be in, out, side to side, punches and bunches, barrages and bunches, but he doesn't want Manny Pacquiao on the ropes. He feels like Manny Pacquiao cannot take the punishment of Errol Spence, so the key is going to be to keep moving around. I'm not sure if Manny's going to be able to sustain that moving around, but sounds like a good plan. That's their plan A. I assume they have plan B and C also. But I will say if Manny's not able to stay off the ropes, it's definitely going to be a long night. And thinking about that, I will say that watching some training this week, Derrick James, he's doing a great job in imitating Manny Pacquiao, fighting in that southpaw position. He looks in great shape also to be his age, Derrick James I'm talking about. He's actually able to give Errol those angles, and he definitely not giving him the speed. I'll be real with that. The speed you can't duplicate, but as far as the angles and the movement of Manny Pacquiao, look like Errol Spence is getting a little bit used to it. It is a herky-jerky, in and out, side-to-side style where he's never standing still. I will say that with boxing, you box how you train. Right now in the training, I see Errol Spence looking real good on the pads. Look like he's preparing to stand in the middle of the ring and keep Manny Pacquiao's back up against the ropes, but I have seen vice versa, him fighting off the ropes. One critique I would have to say on Errol Spence, I think all around he's a real good fighter. He does he does almost everything well. But to me, I would in the camp, I think they should be maybe add in hitting in those pads, hitting the mitts, but maybe in a retreat stance, like going back a little bit. I think it's good to be able to box going backwards and not just prepare to hunt somebody and go forward. I think that's one thing that he should probably incorporate, but he probably will. Just haven't seen it yet, because Manny Pacquiao is going to be trying to back Errol Spence up, and if he's successful backing Errol up, it's going to be a little bit different than most fights. Errol's defense is, I would say, underrated, but it's definitely going to test his defense, and that's what Freddie Roach really wants to do. He wants to test his defense, see how he's going to react. I will say, me looking at Errol, looks like he has a great quick step back, and he also has that lean, his posture, and I think it's going to be a little bit tougher for Manny Pacquiao to close the distance on Errol as much as he think. And I will say, in that training clip I seen, they have added a little bounce to Errol's step. He's not so flat-footed. It's an in and out, and it's an aggressive attack off the jab, a very aggressive attack, and sometimes he's slipping that uppercut into where you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know if it's a body shot or you don't know if it's an uppercut to the jaw. I think that's good also. And he's going to need all that because, like I said earlier, Manny Pacquiao, legendary status. He's done it all in the sport. And taking out Errol Spence is going to be, it will be a phenomenal thing to have on his resume if he can get it done. Also, I'd like to say that right now it seems like Errol's the betting favorite, but it's shrinking daily. Even though Manny Pacquiao is the underdog, seems like he's the A side in this fight, which I guess with his status, that'll keep him at the A side. I think we're like I said, a couple weeks away, 22, 23 days. I'll stay in tune on this fight and bring you much more. There's interviews every day and new things being said every day, and more training film also. So if you like Manny Pacquiao, you like Errol Spence, hit that like button. Continue to watch Sports Fans Only. See you, Anthony. Peace.